Hi, and welcome to Paper Root Scrapbooking. I'm Nadine, and today I'm turning some scraps into embellishments. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm playing along with Ginger over at Ginger's Corner and some of her friends in a year-long hop, where we take our scraps and make beautiful things with them. If you're interested in seeing how more people turn their scraps into embellishments, you can find links in the description of this video to the one-click playlist where all of Ginger's friends can add their videos. And there's also a couple of ladies who are participating on Instagram, so you can find their links as well. You'll also find a link to Ginger's Facebook group where we swap embellishments, we post our ideas, and we play games to inspire creativity. So today we are going to be creating something for the Cookie Crumbles swap, which is to create a cookie embellishment and include one of your favorite cookie recipes on an index card. So I pulled out some scraps to make my cookie embellishment and some index cards to put some recipes on. So I am going to, I pulled some scraps first of all, but then I didn't have the kind of brown scraps that I wanted. So I went to my 8.5 by 11 papers of cardstock that, you know, I mostly use for matting photos, to be honest, but I thought that was a good place to go for some papers as well. So this is going to be part of my embellishment today. So I am going to just pause the camera, and then I'm going to run some things through my Cricut, and then I'll pop back in and we'll put together one of the embellishments. All right, hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, so I ran the things through my Cricut and got interrupted by some company. So it's a new day, and here we are. I did print my favorite recipe onto some index cards like the prompt suggests. So I'm going to send those to my swap partners. And then this is the embellishment that I decided to make for everyone. And I am going to just put the last one together with you guys. I didn't want to start recording while I had a house full of people. Just too much going on. And then, but right now I have my son's dogs while they're at a wedding, and oh my gosh, they're so cute, but they're just like need so much attention. They're so funny. They're so sad when their mommy and daddy leave them. So precious. Okay, so this one with all of the holes in it, that's going to make it look like chocolate chip, is the first one. So I just inked that up with a little bit of Gathered Twigs Distress ink, and I'm just going to do some white glue around. And I just find that for layering embellishments, the white glue seems to work the best because it gives me a little bit of wiggle room when I first put it on to like adjust where the the layers sit on top of each other. So if I don't get it right the very first, see how I can kind of like move it around until it fits right on there. That's what I'm looking for. So if I do other kinds of glue that are more permanently sticky and don't wiggle like that, then I don't get the nice layering. So, and the white dries clear, so I don't have to worry about that either. Okay. So we'll leave that for a second and we'll put the eyes together. So we're going to start with this layer. So this is just like a white and an off-white. Can you hear her crying? Oh my gosh, poor thing. She's so sad. And don't worry, they don't need anything. They have water and food, and the door is wide open for them to go in the backyard anytime they like. So there we go. We're just going to go with some little googly eyes. I love these. I feel like it could be a Cookie Monster kind of vibe, but it doesn't have to be. It can just be like silly cookies. But I think it's super cute. I love it too when we have something else in the place of an O. There are so many round objects that can go in the place of our O's in our patterns, and it just makes it a little bit different and fun, right? Sometimes I have to actually put these two little ones, these two little puppies up on my chair with me because they just need to be close. They're so snuggly and they're tiny, so they fit. Okay, so there we go, and that is my embellishment, my index card with my recipe. All I need to do is write my name on the back. There we go. So fun, right? I also did Cookie Monster for the blue swap, so anybody who is on my team a second time will have an embellishment that matches with their title that they get this time. So here are my leftovers from my Cricut. So I feel like I could maybe punch some things out of there, out of there. This one I can just trim down and put back in my scraps. There we go. This one, I might just trim the ends off, and I think this is not big enough. I don't usually keep any scraps if they're not wide enough to make a 3x4 card with. I usually don't keep them, so I will probably use that to die cut or punch out some like shapes. And same with this one, because it's not quite 3. And I could maybe do something with these scraps. So this one is big enough to keep as a scrap. It'll go in my scraps bin. Here, maybe I should move this. I'm just like, that's how I roll sometimes. I just like do things. So clearing the desk first. Same thing, too narrow to keep as a scrap, but I can punch some pieces out of it. Or you know what else I could do is punch some border, because they're long and narrow, and put it with my border strips. This one I'm just going to keep as is because it's, I'm going to punch pieces out of it, but it's too delicate to trim. And then this one, I think what I'm going to do with this one too is punch some borders. There we go. And this one again is not going to be 3 inches wide, so we're not going to keep it as a scrap. So I only am putting back 2 scraps into my scraps stuff, and then I'll turn these ones into embellishments for a later layout. So that is my swap items for the Cookie Crumbles swap. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you have any questions or comments, just leave them down below and I'll get back to you just as soon as I can. I really do love hearing from you all. Thanks. Have a great day, everyone. Bye for now.